not touch me. Put your hand behind your back.
2 days after a New York City grand jury cleared a white police officer in the chokehold death of an unarmed black man, the protests are growing larger and spreading across the country, including Boston and Chicago.
CBS News has learned that federal prosecutors will not bring charges against any New York City police officer involved in the death of Eric Garner.
On July 17, 2014, 5 years ago, Eric Garner was killed by NYPD officer Daniel Pantaleo, who choked Garner while detaining him over selling untaxed loose cigarettes. Garner's last words were, "I can't breathe," which he repeated 11 times. Eric Garner was murdered. After dedicating her life to activism, his daughter Erica Garner also passed away 2 years ago. Eric's friend, who filmed his final moments, Ramsey Orta, is in prison on gun charges and for selling fake Molly since the recording. He was put in solitary confinement recently after testifying against Officer Pantaleo. Meanwhile, Daniel Pantaleo, the officer who used an illegal chokehold banned 2 decades ago exactly for reasons like Garner's death, has not only walked away scot-free, but didn't even lose his job. For the past 5 years, Officer Pantaleo has been collecting his salary on desk duty. Last year, I reported that Pantaleo had made over $400,000 since the murder thanks to multiple salary increases and overtime pay. And this latest round of investigations was the final administrative hearing conducted internally after 5 years on a death the city has paid close to $6 million in damages to the family over. If found guilty of the murder, Pantaleo could have been fired, or at the very least, forfeited his accumulated vacation days and sick time, like a slap on the wrist. But he was found not guilty, so he didn't even lose that. The defense stated that Eric Garner died because he had asthma and hypertension and not because of the chokehold. This story is the rule, not the exception. Officers like Pantaleo can get away with murder because of the lack of accountability which is built into the system. Cops can get off by claiming that they feared for their safety, and then we have cops in administrative positions overseeing other cops' behavior. And this isn't an issue that only hurts black people either. Since white people comprise a greater overall percentage of the population, more white people are killed at the hands of the police than any other ethnicity. Take another high-profile case, Daniel Shaver in Mesa, Arizona, who was brutally executed by Philip Brailsford in a hotel hallway for failing to comply. Daniel was crawling, crying, and begging not to be killed. Those were his final words.
You do that again, we're shooting you. Do you understand? Do not shoot me. Then listen to my instructions. I'm trying to do it. Don't talk. Listen. Crawl towards me. Crawl towards me.
Brailsford was not only acquitted of murder, but he is now retired from the force with a tax-free pension worth $31,000 a year for life. A settlement reached because he claimed that he was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder due to the shooting where he mercilessly executed an unarmed, crying, begging drunk man with his assault rifle, which had the etching, "Your inscribed on the dust cover. Just remember that asymmetry of power and worth the next time someone tries to tell you about the thin blue line. Remember that the NYPD claimed Garner died because of asthma and not the choking, but heart attacks for cops are common and considered line of duty deaths. So when you hear numbers like 66 police officers were killed in the line of duty in 2019, remember that that includes 8 heart attacks, 1 friendly fire death, 1 accident, 10 automobile crashes, 1 instance of an officer drowning. As a matter of fact, only 27 of those deaths are actually gunfire deaths. The thin blue lies and this asymmetry of worth is built into the system and oftentimes legitimized by the media. There is very little accountability, and this must change. I'm Hasan Piker, and this has been The Breakdown. Never miss another breakdown video by ringing the bell below. You'll get notified whenever we publish something new. Also, don't forget to join TYT today. Download our TYT Plus app on your phone, or head on over to tyt.com/join.
Perfect.